What's up and welcome back to the halfway point of this financial literacy series. And in this segment, we're going to break down exactly what to do with a dollar. Let's get into that content right now. So in this segment, it's really just breaking it down to $1. We will use some big examples and some smaller examples so you can truly understand what you should be doing with your money in every capacity. As you've seen in some of the other videos, again, it's about where your money is going, who you're giving it to, paying yourself first, creating habits and discipline. In this segment, we will literally break down what to do with the money that you get paid and how it should be diversified so that you can accomplish your full financial long-term success. Now, the first thing to remember, when we think about what to do with a dollar, right? What should you do with $1? Let's just take this from a small example. If you get $1 in, what should you do with it when building long-term wealth? The number one thing is don't spend the full dollar, right? Simple enough. But now that you're not spending the full dollar, what do you do with it? So a good rule of thumb to think about is, and we've touched on this very slightly in previous sessions, is keeping in the rule of the 70-10-10-10 or 70-30 in the concept of using and distributing where your money should go. And I recommend on this segment, which will be a little bit in depth, to take notes and write things down in this section. So 70-10-10-10 or 70-30. On how you should disperse every single dollar that comes into your possession. Now, what that means is of every $1, don't spend all of it, and 70% of it should be used on stuff, on things, on life for the beginning stages. As you make more money, that number will change. We'll talk about that a little bit later in this video. So what do you do with the other 30% of the money that you have coming in once you have set aside to what you'll use, who you'll pay, etc. Now keep this in mind, 10, 10, and 10. This is a very simple way to go about doing it, but this can be adjusted to your present financial situation. Now, if we take in consideration that you bring in, again, for simplicity purpose, we'll use the $1,000 example. Now, of that $1,000, you should take that first 10% for yourself and put that into some form of investment capital, right? Now, investment capital, there's three stages that you should put these 10%. So the first stage is the investment capital, meaning that you take 10% of that $1,000 that you get in or whatever money you generate from your job or your revenue stream. And now you contribute that to go to work for you, right? That's investing in something, investing in some types of investments or stocks or bonds or mutual funds or ETFs or something, right? Something that you've spoken with someone to get a financial recommendation on. And this is not that, right? This is not the recommendation to do any specific one thing, but it is a recommendation to talk to a professional that's directly designed for your specific needs. But the conceptual knowledge of this is to use that as investment capital. 10% of the money that you make should be going to investment capital. Investment capital is money that you give to someone else with the intention that that money is going to work for you. So you're no longer in the mindset of just working for money, trading time for money. Now that 10% should be working for you, allowing you to continue to generate revenue, generate resources, and allow money to grow over time. And that's where your first 10% should be going. Now, this is no particular order, but I just use this in the concept of 10, 10, and 10 to give you how the money should be dispersed. Secondly, when it goes to the second 10% of money that you should be saving and investing, is that portion should be going investing into yourself in working capital. Now, what is working capital? Working capital could be anything that you might do for yourself. Right, and I'm gonna recap this at the end and show you how to adjust this for your personal needs and personalities. But the second 10% should be going into working capital. Working capital is money that you invest in you directly, that you have the intention of growing and making more money off of. So let me explain. There could be a simple business idea, a simple buy low, sell high scenario that you may have. In the simplest form, 10% of the money that you make on a regular basis or that you earn on a regular basis should be going into investing into whatever you want to do to generate money outside of your regular stream of income. Now, that could be, let's just use you trade cards. I don't know. What's something that people collect? People collect cards, right? Baseball cards, trading cards. Let's use that example because it's something that we might be all familiar with, even if we don't know the values in trading and so forth. But let's say you're able to buy a specific type of trading card, a sports trading card, at a lower price, or you personally own that trading card at no cost that you've already invested. And now you can simply sell this card somewhere else to someone else that wants it for a higher value. Again, buy low, sell high. And in today's era, we can sell on multiple different platforms, online, peer-to-peer, person-to-person, collectors groups, and so on. But you may have a trading card that you have bought at $5, and you now have the ability to sell that trading card for potentially $30 or $100 or $10. It doesn't matter. $10, $30 or $100 for simplicity, right? So this trading card that you've invested or owned or bought or have that you've paid $5 for, you can now sell that trading card for twice as much, 20 times as much, or 100 times as much. The list goes on. That is working capital. And the ideas are literally endless. If there's something that you like to do as a side hobby, as a side gig, maybe that is working capital. If you like to just bake cakes, maybe you bake cakes and you buy baking products of flour and eggs and sugar and butter and stuff that goes into making a cake. And those things total up to be $20 or $30 to get those products, but you're able to sell a cake for $50 or $60 or $100 or nowadays, I don't know, $1,000 cake. It's weird, but nonetheless, you're in a position of buying low, selling high. That's working capital. You've put your capital to work for you, doing a hobby or something that you like, and then selling it. Now, I hear some people saying, well, I don't really want to do that. I just want to, make my money work for me. That's okay too. Stay to the end of this video and we'll show you what to do with that. So again, working capital could be any money or the 10% of money that you're investing directly in yourself that you can have working for you, buying low, selling high. This can go in a plethora of different ways. In just being full transparency, YouTube as a platform, right? Amazon dropship as a platform, eBay buy, sell high, buy low as a platform, peer-to-peer. There's so many different ways to generate additional revenue or working capital in this society. If we think on a bigger scale, that concept can also go into, bigger things. Buy a car at $5,000, sell that car at $20,000. Buy a car at $2,000, sell that car for $5,000. That is working capital that you can invest in yourself to do something that you like, enjoy, or quite frankly, just simply making money. The same concept continues on with businesses. Buy a business at this price, sell it at a higher price. Buy real estate at this low price, sell it at a higher price. The conceptual knowledge is the most important thing here. 10% into working capital that you can use to do something for yourself. Now going into that third and the last piece of that 10 that you should have, again, the 70% should be going on your personal lifestyle, personal expenses and spending. But now the three areas of that 10, 10, and 10, the third piece of that 10% that you should be saving and investing on a regular basis is it's awkward to call this investing, but it is. And this may sound strange to you, but the investment in other people by simply giving money away, right? That may sound strange, right? Just give away 10% of your money. How does that make me money? Well, let me explain. And if you don't agree with this concept, that's fine. I will share with you how to adjust accordingly. You should have 10% of your money that you simply give away in helping the community, helping other people, helping other families, helping people that don't have it, helping children, donating to charities, donating to nonprofits, donating to worthy causes, giving to, churches, nonprofits, organizations, things that you care about. And that's just 10% of your money every single month, every single year, every portion of revenue that you get in, you should just give away 10% of it, right? That might throw people off and that might sound weird to some people, but by giving money away, it positions you to do two major things. One, you automatically help other people in worthy causes and worthy entities. But the second piece of the puzzle, this is big. This might sound selfish, but it's not. The second thing that does for you is that it opens the door and other opportunities for you to receive more money. Just by you giving money away, right? You've often seen it. Multimillionaires and multi-billionaires that just give away money, give away large donations. But then a few months later or a year later or a little while later, they just get a bigger financial transaction, a bigger financial opportunity, a bigger whatever money coming in. Why? Is that by happenstance? Is that by chance? Is that by random? No. It's because they understand the concept of giving, right? Once you give, it simply opens the doors, opens the windows, open opportunities, opens the universe, opens whatever, psychological, astronomical, weird type of things to attract money to you. It's just the psychology of money. Money attracts money, right? If you give away money, naturally, the world, the society, the universe has to bring that money back to you in some capacity. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to give, with the intention of, I only give this so I can receive this. Give with a genuine heart. Give with the right mind. Give with the right intentions, right? You never want to give because, okay, I saw this video. Michael said, give away money. I got to get it back. No. It won't work that way. You have to give with the right mindset and the right heart. If you're in a tight position and you can't give, that might be fine for a short period of time. But I truly believe we're always in a position to give something, right? Whether that's money, whether that's time, whether that's love, whether that's care, whether that's fill in the blank, we always can give. And when you give in any capacity, it always opens the door for you to receive. So 10% of the money that you generate in any capacity, right, should be given away. Just give it away because it puts you in a position to attract more money for what you want, to give more and just repeat the cycle, right? Give more, receive more, donate more, help more, invest more. It's just a cycle of a beautiful wealth transition. I just smile thinking about it. Now, in closing this video, what happens if you don't agree with all of those three parts? I do think that this is conceptual. The one thing that you should think about is that some stages you may get to a point where you don't need to spend all 70%. So what happens? Do you just keep spending 70% of your money? No. For those individuals that get to a point where they're generating higher amounts of revenue, the goal will be to save more, invest more, give more, to where you may not be in a position where you need to, use the 70-30 rule, but maybe you only need to live on, 30% of your money, but now you can invest and save 70%. Or just the opposite, maybe you only need to live on 40% or 50% of your income, and now you can invest, save, donate 40 to 50% of that revenue. That's when life becomes exciting and when you can start truly building financial wealth. So you may not have to be stuck to the 70-30. I think the 70-30 is a great rule of thumb to start when you don't know how much should you be saving, how much should you be investing, how much should you be putting away on a monthly basis. That 70-10-10-10 is a good way to go about starting the foundation. But what happens when you can exceed that? Ooh, it becomes fun. The second piece to remember is if you don't agree with it, and this, some people may be offended by this, everybody should give. Maybe some people just don't want to give. And if you're a person that just doesn't want to give away your money, that's fine. You can decide when that time will come for you or if it never comes. But keeping in line with that rule, if you don't want to donate to a nonprofit, donate to a church or a charity or a kid or someone selling something that you can just give to or whatever it is, that's fine, right? We can't judge you for your opinions. But the same thing applies. What do you do with that other 10%? Maybe just split that into working capital 15%. And the other investment capital 15%. You still have the 30%, but now you have it going to two places rather than three, right? Additionally to that, what happens if you're not able to do the full 10, right? I always recommend to start the concept. You may not be in a position to do okay, I generate X amount of dollars, I got bills and expenses, I put myself in debt or whatever financial strain. And unfortunately, you may not be able to do 10, 10, and 10. Start out with 5, 5, and 5. All right. Or, taking it extreme, maybe you start out with 2%, 2%, and 2% of all the money that you generate that you donate to these three areas. And the reason that you do that is, again, it creates the habit from some of the things you see in some of the other videos, creating the habit and discipline to give working capital and investment capital. Keep in mind that the money and the dollar amount does not matter. This is all about the conceptual knowledge and creating the habit of being disciplined to give, to have working capital work for you, and 3, having investment capital working for you. So you're not in the mindset of working only for money. There's a variety of ways to generate revenue, and by you creating a discipline at whatever stage you are, allows you to be in a position to generate that wealth. Additionally, as we close here, keep in mind that start where you are. You may be a person that may not be in a position to do the full 30% of saving and donating, give away money, but try to get there, right? And the giving away portion, I personally, got over a hump a while ago, why I still continue to carry cash still to this day. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link below to check it out as to why I always have cash with me. 1, it's a mindset to know I always have money, but 2, I literally just keep money for the sole purpose of giving it away, right? And, because I've been in situations on multiple occasions where I've been, someone was selling Girl Scout cookies or candy bars or a charity that a student is wanting to raise money to go to a trip or whatever. And I wanted to give, I wanted to donate, but I just didn't have the cash. And many of you are the same way, right? You have the credit cards and, the cryptocurrency and all the fancy stuff, Venmo and the apps and the cash and the whatever ways to do electronic money, PayPal and all the stuff. But you don't carry cash. How about, joining the people that carry cash for the sole purpose of just giving it away? I personally carry cash for the sole purpose of giving it away. And it puts your mind in a different place. Because once you give, again, not giving to receive, but again, the psychology of money and the attraction, the law of attraction of money, once you give, it opens the opportunity for money to continue to cycle in your life. And why would you not want to do that to yourself? It's such an amazing feeling. I'm smiling as I think how this just amazingly happens over and over again, right? You see the multimillionaires and the billionaires that give away money, but a few months later, a year later, you see them in the news with a gigantic transaction or financial revenue stream that comes into them. Why? Is that by accident or happenstance? No way. They position themselves to do that, right? In the right circles, give it to the right organization, whatever. It opens up the money universe to bring money back to them. Why not do the same for you? The same thing happens here if you decide to go different ways, right? If you're not in a position where you want to do working capital, you don't want to do a hobby or sell some, buy low, sell high, it's fine, right? Just put all the money into the investment capital or have some form of vehicle that has money working for you. It may not have to be as structured, but I use the 70-30 concept to give you some foundational way of where you should be putting your money and saving on a regular basis. But regardless, as you know, remember to do it, remember to take action, remember to implement the things that you learn. It's so vital and key to your success. So please do it. Use this as a foundational tool. And remember, always learn, right? Don't just take it exactly to the T. Intake the information, revisit the information, and make it your own. Don't just copy, right? Create it to make it that you did it for yourself, the dollar amounts that make sense for you, the percentages that make sense for you. And that's when you truly get to the highest level of personal wealth management, right? It's so, so important. And as usual, remember, you can have every single thing in life that you want as long as you truly, truly believe it. We'll see you soon.